the tragic story of Jasmine Clausell, a cautionary tale of kindness, betrayal, and the dangers of helping the wrong person. Welcome to Melanated Crime Uncovered, where we dive deep into true crime stories that bring awareness to both the known and hidden stories that often go untold. Today, we share the heartbreaking and cautionary tale of Jasmine Clausell, a 27-year-old kind-hearted woman whose life was forever changed by an act of kindness gone horribly wrong. Jasmine Clausell was a tender-hearted, compassionate woman. She was known for her caring nature and loving attitude, not just toward her family but also toward others. Jasmine was a devoted mother to her son and a student pursuing her dream of becoming a nurse. She lived with her father, and together, they created a warm, peaceful home for themselves. Despite her own challenges, Jasmine had a big heart, always willing to lend a helping hand when others were in need. On February 11th, 2025, Jasmine's life would change in ways she never imagined. A woman named lled Williams, who was homeless and had a dog, found herself in a difficult situation. lled had nowhere to stay and was wandering the streets. After reaching out to Jasmine, who had always been kind to others, Jasmine invited her to stay in her home temporarily. lled, like many homeless individuals, was simply looking for shelter and a place to rest. What seemed like an innocent act of kindness would soon turn into a nightmare for Jasmine. At first, everything appeared fine. lled seemed grateful, and Jasmine welcomed her into her home with open arms. But over the course of the following weeks, Jasmine began to notice strange behavior from lled. She described lled's energy as off and began to feel that there was an unsettling presence in her home. lled's behavior became disrespectful, and the tension in the household started to grow. Jasmine, who had always been a peaceful and loving person, knew that something had to change. On February 24th, 2025, Jasmine made the difficult decision to ask lled to leave her home. After all, her home was supposed to be a place of safety and comfort for herself and her son. She couldn't allow someone else's negativity and hostility to disrupt that peace. She gently asked lled to leave, hoping that it would resolve the situation. On the morning of February 24th, after waking her son up for school, Jasmine began her usual routine. She was preparing for her classes while lled was in the kitchen, using the microwave. Jasmine didn't think anything was out of the ordinary at first. However, in a matter of moments, everything changed. lled suddenly became hostile and aggressive. With no warning, she threw a chemical mixture into Jasmine's face. The attack left Jasmine with severe burns and blinded her in one eye. In shock and excruciating pain, Jasmine struggled to understand what was happening. lled, who had once seemed like a vulnerable person needing help, had turned into a violent attacker. As the altercation escalated, Jasmine's grandfather, who was staying with them, heard the commotion and rushed to help. Jasmine, now partially blinded, fought back with everything she had, but the situation was growing more dangerous. In the midst of the chaos, Jasmine saw something that made the situation even more terrifying. lled reached for a firearm. At that moment, Jasmine realized that her life could be in even more danger. The weapon could have easily gone off, turning this horrific situation into something much worse. But despite the overwhelming fear and pain, Jasmine managed to wrestle the gun away from lled with the help of her grandfather. lled then resorted to using broken glass to try to continue her attack, injuring herself in the process. Jasmine and her grandfather were able to restrain lled while they waited for authorities to arrive. What followed was an unimaginable ordeal that left Jasmine physically scarred, emotionally shaken, and wondering how her act of kindness had led to such a brutal betrayal. Jasmine was still in pain, her face burned and her eye severely damaged, but she remained strong. Throughout the entire ordeal, she even tried to calm lled down, showing a level of compassion that was hard to believe, given the circumstances. This attack serves as a reminder of the risks involved when helping others, especially those who may not be trustworthy or have malicious intentions. Jasmine's situation is a tragic example of what can happen when someone who is kind-hearted opens their home and their life to someone who doesn't have their best interests at heart. Jasmine's story is not just a tale of victimization. It is a lesson in setting boundaries and listening to your instincts. Sometimes, it is okay to say no when you feel uncomfortable or unsafe. Even when you want to help, it is important to protect yourself and your loved ones. Jasmine's kindness ultimately led her into a dangerous situation, where she and her family were put at great risk. Jasmine's story also highlights the importance of being cautious when helping individuals who are in distress or struggling. While it's commendable to show compassion, it's important to also understand the risks that come with helping someone you don't know well, especially when their circumstances are unstable. Jasmine never imagined that her act of kindness would put her and her family in harm's way. At the time of this writing, Keisha Williams has been arrested and is facing charges for the chemical attack, as well as other crimes. Jasmine, though dealing with immense physical and emotional trauma, has remained resilient. She is continuing her nursing education while she recovers from the burns and the pain she endured. We ask all of you to please consider supporting Jasmine Clausell's recovery by donating to her GoFundMe page. The road to recovery will be long, but with your help, she can heal and rebuild her life after this traumatic event. The medical bills, the emotional healing, and the long-term care she needs to recover from the burns and the trauma are extensive, and every little bit helps. This is a cautionary tale, a lesson in being careful who you trust and understanding that sometimes helping others can come with serious consequences. It is okay to say no, and it's crucial to trust your gut when something feels off. The danger Jasmine faced could have been far worse if not for her bravery and the quick response of her grandfather. Jasmine Clausell's story is a stark reminder of the risks involved in opening your heart and home to others. As we all strive to be kind and helpful, let's also remember the importance of self-preservation and setting boundaries to protect ourselves and those we love. Thank you for tuning in to Melanated Crime Uncovered. Please stay vigilant, stay safe, and always listen to your instincts.